there is a sound that is stuck in my head. I heard it on TikTok, and it was like, steady trying to find the motives. Why do what I do? And it's like, it keeps repeating in my head. So if y'all start hearing me hum it throughout this video, I am sorry. What's up, Jones Bones? It is your girl, Unitedly Random Gang, and we are here for another Rumi and I hope that you guys have been liking these. If you don't know what Rumi and I is, it's just me turning to a random page in my the Wisdom of Rumi guided journal book. I read you the question. You know, we're trying to get philosophical up in this, and I also read the poem that this like guy called Jalal Muhammad Bakai Rumi created, okay? And I probably pronounced that wrong. Here's the back of the book. You can try to be better than me, okay? If that's your thing. You can try. I'm just amazing. Anyway, I want to thank Araceli Espinoza, Cool Breeze, and also Games and Drinks for being members of the channel. You too can be a member of the channel. Okay, we got phalanges starting as low as 99 cents, and we go all the way up to the souls. So go ahead and check out that join button if you're a little bit curious. I have been creating content lately, and I have so many ideas for the future. But let's pause on the future talk and let's get into the Rumi wisdom talk right after this intro.
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
And we are back, and you guys know how I like to do it. I like to just turn to a random page, and I already did this. You know, this book always putting me on pages that I already have done. I don't know why. But I like to try to do okay. We got a new one. Now, here's what I've been doing to keep myself from repeating. If this is the first Rumi and I thing that you ever came across, your girl repeated a couple of times. I don't know. The book keeps taking me back to things I've already done, okay? She don't get the program, but y'all get the program. So let's start off with the name of this poem, which is If You Dwell Very Long. If you dwell very long. And the question is, what have you, not me, what have you been dwelling on? Okay. Let's get into it. If you dwell very long. If you dwell very long in a heart depressed and dark, be aware you've fallen low in will and quest. A heart filled with grief, whirling and spinning endlessly, can never fall at peace. What makes you tremble in fear, that's your true worth now. Ooh. Whatever seems to be your healing source is the cause of your pain. Ooh. Whatever you think is sure, secure, and forever is what has hunted you down. Ooh. Whenever your mind flies, it can only land in the house of madness. Whenever love arises, there is no space for yourself to claim. A heart filled with love is like a phoenix that no cage can imprison. Such a bird can only fly above and beyond any known universe. Okay, and so I'm gonna be honest with y'all, I did mess up on reading. Did you guys pick up on that? I'm doing this so I can get better at just reading the words on the page. I realized that reading the words on the page, I used to be good at. And then I stopped reading out loud for years. I mean, this is taking me back to 5th grade. I used to read, and I could read fluently. I could read with the book upside down. However, now I call out words that are differently than the words that are on the page. So, for example, I said for yourself claim. For yourself to claim. It's just for yourself claim. And there's like little things that I said throughout reading this poem that I messed up on, but you know, this is all just practice for me. And again, the question is, what have you been dwelling on? So let's go ahead and get into the question. I wrote this back in, I believe, January, February, March, April 13th, 2022. So this is fairly recent. And it says that I've been dwelling on my past. Oop, double yikes. There is an image of me before I lost my innocence that I seem to be chasing unconsciously. I wish to focus my energy on the future, but the present and past acts as shackles on the ankles of this phoenix. You know, I pulled that from the poem. I have been dwelling on how people don't see me the way I see myself. And although I can knowledgeably come to the answer that they will never see me that way, I still cling to the desire to be understood, loved, and appreciated. Sometimes my inner child, oh, not sometimes. See, I messed up and it was my own writing. It's not sometimes, but it says something my inner child never got. So, and I was touching back on to like my childhood. I did post a little bit of my trauma timeline if you guys are curious about my childhood. And this is not to say that I'll never talk about my childhood on my channel. I feel like that's a part of me, and if I have something to say about it, I will. But I'm moving more towards not talking about my childhood because not because it's something I'm ashamed of or not because but it's just because I want to create. And I've noticed that it starts kind of like a downward spiral for me. Not necessarily because I'm so depressed that my childhood was so horrible, but it's like I create this content talking about my childhood and I still feel like it brings up more questions to people. There's not just this understanding that I feel like, you know, for me, I feel like, hey, if there was this level, I tell you, hey, something shitty happened in my life, I just want people to be like, yeah, that was shitty. You know what I mean? Because if it happened to them, they would definitely feel like it's shitty. But to a certain extent, I think that humanity tends to lack the ability to think past themselves. And I guess I could even be a victim of that. But I tend to think about other people a lot more. I want to know people's stories. But I know that I'm like one of the few and far between, right? So because of that, I felt like I had to try to explain my hurt over and over and over again to people who weren't really listening. And that got frustrating. That really got frustrating. And also, it took me to the place where I'm trying to think about what happened to me and I'm trying to make answers for it because it doesn't make sense. And I didn't yet let myself come to the conclusion that it does not make sense. Some things just will not make sense for me and some things I don't need to make sense of. But it took a while for me to get to that point. And so I don't want to go back and forth. I just want to live. And if it comes up, it comes up. If it doesn't come up, it does not come up. But I still talk about it. I'm not going to continue my trauma timeline. That was a lot. That was pouring myself over things and then still not even giving you the entire story. Not the entire truth, because what I shared with you guys was true, but not giving you guys more things because of the rules and regulations of YouTube. To speak more about my childhood would possibly mean that my videos are unmonetizable, and a girl is broke, so she needs the money. So you know what I mean? I'm not doing YouTube for I'm just kidding. I do YouTube more so because I like to use it as a virtual diary. I can go back and look at myself and see how I've grown and, like, you know, with the editing of the videos, and it just feels like I'm getting to know a better part of myself. Not even a better, but I get to know myself more and see the things that I like and stuff like that. And it also gives me this idea that the internet is forever. People are like, the internet's forever. Why would you do that? That's why I want to do it. I want to come back when I'm like 30 something and look at 20 something Alia's thoughts, you know what I mean? Maybe I will regret it, but I don't feel like I will. Anyway, this is the end of Rumi and I for today. Much love and positive vibes. And I hope to see you guys again. The playlist to Rumi and me is always at the end of the video if you want to look at more videos. I think this is like our 7th or 8th video of this, so I've been putting them out. So yeah, bye. I'm trying to find the motives. Why